今日もお付き合いいただきありがとうございます。今日の主なニュースを英語でお送りします。
On August 26th, temperatures rose across wide areas of western and eastern Japan. Fukuoka Prefecture recorded 40 degrees Celsius or higher, a level called an extremely hot day. Dangerous heat was reported in many places. People are urged to take as many precautions as possible and remain highly alert for heat stroke.
Typhoon number 18 brought very rough weather to the Amami region of Kagoshima Prefecture and Okinawa's main island. The storm's strong wind area appears to have passed, but its effects are expected to continue. People are urged to remain extremely alert for landslides and to watch for high waves.
Several American media outlets reported that Iranian state media broadcast a video appearing to threaten the life of Barron Trump, the president's son. The Secret Service, which protects the president, said it knows about the video. The video has drawn attention because it appears to contain a threat against the president's son.
Several American media outlets reported that the director of the CIA visited Moscow. The purpose of the visit is not clear. Some reports suggest it may have been connected to a warning for Russia about the possibility of a limited attack against a member of NATO, the North Atlantic Treaty Organization.
After two small boats overturned off Henoko in Okinawa, a female student and a captain died during a school training trip. The school operator announced that its chair intends to resign and that the principal will be dismissed. The students' parents said they want the facts, responsibility, and prevention measures clarified, not simply someone leaving office.
In a fatal accident on the Tobu-Nikko line, 4 workers were hit and killed by an express train. A relay lookout was planned near a crossing, about 315 meters from the work site, but the train's camera did not show the person there or waving a flag. Police are investigating communications between the lookouts.
The Justice Ministry has requested more than 80.7 billion yen for next year's budget. The money includes costs for efforts to manage the residency of foreign nationals fairly. The request is more than twice this year's original budget. The ministry compiled the request on August 26th as work on next year's budget continued.
In a game against the Braves-Dodgers player Shohei Ohtani hit a triple, his first hit in 3 games. But the Dodgers lost the close contest, ending their winning streak at 6 games. The team had been on a strong run, but it could not add another victory in this game.
An exhibition of AI technology opened in Tokyo's Shinjuku district on August 26. About 100 companies are displaying related technologies and services. Much attention is focused on physical AI, in which artificial intelligence makes decisions on its own and operates robots or machines. This is the main focus of the exhibition.
次は社会のニュースです。
On August 26th, Fukuoka's Hakata ward recorded 40.4 degrees Celsius, and Dazaifu recorded 40.3 degrees. Both temperatures set new records. Hakata experienced Fukuoka City's first extreme heat day, meaning 40 degrees or higher, and was Japan's hottest location by 3 p.m. A heat stroke alert was issued across Kyushu.
2 men dressed in black broke into a luxury watch store in Nakano Broadway, Tokyo, and stole 4 watches worth about 20 billion yen. Investigators learned that a man rented an electric scooter near Nakano Station about 15 minutes before the crime. The scooter, clothing, and other items were later found near a junior high school.
Tomoko Akane, head of the International Criminal Court, has appealed to Japan while the court is under sanctions. The report says her appeal was made under these sanctions. It does not provide clear details about what she asked Japan to do or about any response from the Japanese government.
After two small boats overturned off Henoko and Okinawa, a 17-year-old female student and a boat captain died during a school trip. The school operator announced that its chair plans to resign and the principal will be dismissed. The students' parents said they want the facts, responsibility, and safeguards against another accident, not simply someone leaving office.
Japan's finance ministry is requesting about 38.7 trillion yen for the 2027 budget, up 15.1%. Debt service would rise 17.1% to about 36.6 trillion yen, a record high, mainly because of higher interest rates. The ministry is considering an assumed interest rate of 3.8%, up from 3.0% for fiscal 2026.
During last year's major whooping cough outbreak, a research team, including Osaka University, continuously tested bacterial genes in sewage. The team found signs of an outbreak more than 2 months before the number of patients started to increase.
Continued low rainfall is affecting rice farming in Kagawa as the September harvest approaches. Some fields are drying up and farmers are worried about the water shortage. In Higashi Kagawa, farmer Masayuki Fujimoto has about 2.4 hectares of rice fields. The report says the shortage is already affecting rice scheduled for harvest in September.
Starting September 1st, the legal speed on many residential roads in Japan will drop from 60 to 30 kilometers per hour. Roads without a center line or divider will generally be covered, while roads with a center line remain at 60 unless signs say otherwise. About 70% of general roads are affected, and driving at 60 can lead to immediate license suspension.
次はビジネス関連のニュースです。
Bank of Japan Governor Kazuo Ueda will not attend this year's Jackson Hole Economic Symposium in Wyoming, held from the 27th to the 29th. The bank says the decision was based on his schedule, not a health problem. Policy Board member Naoki Tamura will attend instead. Ueda attended in 2023 and 2025.
Canada has announced retaliatory tariffs against the United States. Starting September 8th, Canada will impose tariffs of up to 50% on more than 700 American imports. The total value is about $20 billion. Steel, lumber, and milk will face 50% tariffs, while fresh fish and cheese will face 25%.
Following the situation in the Middle East, the government plans to create a new plan for a stable energy supply. The plan is expected to include support for building alternative pipelines. These pipelines could help Japan obtain crude oil through routes that do not pass through the Strait of Hormuz.
The government is considering new benefit payments for farmers and others affected by a planned reduction in the consumption tax on food. The tax cut is expected to begin next April. The government is studying the payments as a support measure connected to the effects of lowering the food tax rate.
The Justice Ministry is requesting more than 80.7 billion yen in next fiscal year's budget. The money would support efforts to ensure fair management of the residency of foreign people in Japan. The request is more than twice the ministry's initial budget for the current fiscal year.
Japan's health ministry plans to establish a panel of experts on free childbirth. The panel will discuss a system in which public health insurance fully covers basic childbirth costs. The move is based on a law passed during the latest special session of the Diet.
A survey of 30 app companies found that Japan's new smartphone law has not achieved its goal. The law, which regulates Google and Apple, fully took effect last December. More than 90% of companies said they do not use alternative payment systems. Industry groups called this a critical situation.
The reported gasoline price was 169 yen and 90 sen. It rose for the first time in 4 weeks. The figure was released on August 26, 2026 at 2:35 p.m. The report did not say how much the price increased or explain the reason for the rise.
では、スポーツニュースをお伝えします。
Shohei Ohtani may return as a pitcher on August 30th in the United States, or August 31st in Japan against Detroit. Dodgers manager Dave Roberts said the possibility depends on whether Ohtani feels good this week. Ohtani plans to throw in the bullpen or face live batters in Atlanta before his next outing.
Kei Nishikori has advanced to the second round of qualifying in the men's singles at the U.S. Open. Nishikori, who has announced his retirement after this season, defeated an Austrian player 2-1 in the first qualifying round. This is expected to be his final Grand Slam tournament as an active player.
Shohei Ohtani did not run home in the 9th inning against Atlanta, and Dodgers manager Dave Roberts said that was the decision he wanted. With 1 out and a runner on third, Roberts believed Ohtani would have been out against Atlanta's strong infield. Ohtani also appeared fine after briefly limping in the 7th inning.
Seibu outfielder Takumi Kuriyama left a minor league game against Rakuten after a 141-km/h fastball hit him in the head. The pitcher was ejected for the dangerous pitch. Kuriyama had started as the 4th batter and designated hitter. The 42-year-old plans to retire after this season with a farewell game scheduled for August 30th.
Swimmer Tomura Honda admitted the charges at his first court hearing. The Olympic silver medalist is accused of dangerous driving causing injury after driving far over the speed limit and causing an accident that injured a man. The hearing was held at the Tachikawa branch of the Tokyo District Court.
Ryukoku University has suspended its baseball team after an internal investigation into misconduct within the team. The university, a member of the Kansai Big Six University Baseball League, announced the suspension on August 26th. The suspension began on August 5th. A university representative said more details will be explained on August 27th.
The draw for next year's Women's Soccer World Cup will be held on December 11th this year in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. The tournament will also be held in Brazil and will begin next June. The draw will decide the groups for the Women's World Championship.
Shohei Ohtani had a triple against the Atlanta Braves, his first hit in 3 games. However, the Dodgers lost the close game, and their 6-game winning streak ended. The Dodgers were playing the Braves, who lead the Eastern Division, in a series that began on August 25.
Seiya Suzuki had 2 hits for the Chicago Cubs against the Arizona Diamondbacks. Both hits helped produce runs, but the Cubs lost after the Diamondbacks came from behind to win in their final at-bat. The game was played in Phoenix, Arizona, at the Diamondbacks' home stadium.
続いて、国際ニュースです。
U.S. media reported that CIA Director John Ratcliffe visited Moscow on the 25th. The United States had learned that Russia may have begun early preparations for a possible large-scale military mobilization in Ukraine. It is unclear whether the visit was connected. Ratcliffe reportedly held talks with Russia about Ukraine and other issues.
Dolly Parton, known as the Queen of Country Music, died in Tennessee on the 25th at age 80. She was a major figure in American music and won the Grammy Awards, considered the highest honor in U.S. music many times.
On the 25th, prices in the New York oil market fell sharply. Futures for West Texas Intermediate, a key international benchmark, briefly dropped into the $80 range per barrel. Prices fell more than 5% from the previous day, reaching their lowest level in about 10 days, after talks about shipping routes through the Strait of Hormuz.
Canada has announced retaliatory tariffs against the United States in response to new U.S. tariffs. Starting September 8th, more than 700 American products will face tariffs of up to 50%. The total value is about $20 billion. Steel, lumber, and milk will face 50% tariffs, while fresh fish and cheese will face 25%.
Authorities in Hebei Province, China, are investigating claims that Napa cabbage was shipped after being dipped in a solution containing formaldehyde. Formaldehyde has been identified as a possible cancer-causing chemical. Local officials said they are continuing the investigation into the reported shipments.
Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu ordered the UN Agency for Palestinian Refugees, UNRWA, to leave its facility in East Jerusalem and said work had begun. UNRWA said more than 50 security forces entered with at least 4 armored vehicles and appeared to take control. Israel said renovations would create a boys' high school, a mosque, and sports facilities.
Several U.S. media outlets reported that Iranian state media broadcast a video that appeared to threaten the life of Barron Trump, the president's son. The U.S. Secret Service, which handles the president's security, said it was aware of the video.
President Donald Trump said on the 25th that he is considering changing the name of Lake Ontario to American Lake. The lake is one of the Great Lakes and has the same name as a place in Canada. The claim came as tensions between the United States and Canada were increasing.
続いて、文化・芸能ニュースをお伝えします。
Country music singer-songwriter Dolly Parton died in Nashville, Tennessee, on August 25th. She was 80, according to her relatives. Born in Tennessee in 1946, she wrote more than 3,000 songs, including Jolene and I Will Always Love You. She won 11 Grammy Awards. President Trump ordered flags to be flown at half-staff for 1 week.
Ryosuke Hamaguchi's Japanese-French film, Suddenly Feeling Sick, has been chosen as Japan's entry for the International Feature Film category at the 99th Academy Awards. Tao Okamoto and Belgian actress Virginie Efira star. Set mainly in Paris, it follows a care facility director and a Japanese stage director with terminal cancer who meet by chance.
2 previously unpublished haiku by poet Masaoka Shiki have been found. They were written in an 1898 New Year booklet containing 17 poems. An expert said one poem expresses joy at Mount Fuji and cranes, while the other imagines a kite rising after its string is cut. He called its playful spirit typical of Shiki.
Chairman Nobuyuki Koga of the Broadcasters Management Board said recent broadcast problems have not had a major effect on society. He said he does not view them as a series of mistakes. Problems included some satellite programs failing to appear on certain televisions and an FM radio interruption lasting 49 seconds. A new information building has begun full operation.
In Onagawa, Miyagi Prefecture, a time capsule buried about 30 years ago was opened on August 15th. In 1997, all 135 sixth-grade students in the town buried letters and magazines. The capsule was meant to open in 2026. It survived the 2011 tsunami because the sports field was on higher ground. About 60 former students attended.
The medical drama series 24-Hour Emergency Room will return on October 12th after a 13-year break. Yosuke Iguchi and Nanako Matsushima will co-star. The series shows doctors and nurses facing life-and-death situations in emergency care. This will be its 6th series and its first broadcast in the popular Monday 9 p.m. TV time slot.
A streaming group said it expelled member Inosuke after he climbed a stone monument at Masakato-zuka in Tokyo during a live stream. A shrine manager filed a complaint, and an investigation is proceeding without an arrest. His Kick account was suspended for 999 years. The group apologized after mistakenly reporting that he had already been indicted.
Several popular Japanese announcers announced marriages this summer. Masatoshi Namba announced his marriage on August 26th. Rikuto Konishi also reported that he married fellow announcer Saya Oishi. Takuya Kimura announced his remarriage earlier this month. Former television announcer Kana Sato married comedian Naoto Ikeda. The series of announcements attracted public attention.
By its 5th episode, the second season of Vivint had ranked number 1 in X's worldwide trends for 5 straight weeks. It recorded an average household rating of 15.2%, staying above 15% for 5 weeks. The season began at 18.8%, higher than the first season's opening rating of 11.5%.
今日のニュースは以上です。最後までお付き合いいただき、ありがとうございました。おやすみなさい。